Welcome in. I'm just getting signed on. I'm giving it a minute or two for everybody to find me. How are my besties doing? Are you having a great weekend? Okay, so I found myself. So already we're doing pretty good. You never know, right? I think I am coming to you from the right place. All the things. Hi, Pam. Welcome in. I see that we have some more people. Give them a minute. Sound off when you get signed on and you found me. You are going to need the card kit that I sent or handed to you. We are going to be making 2 adorable cards. Look at these cards. So stinking cute. So beachy, so summery. Your tote card might be a different color, okay? So I went with the in colors, so it could be any one of those. Hi, Tammy, how you doing? All right, before I forget, let me just introduce myself. I don't know why, I've just decided, my brain has decided we don't do this anymore. But I like for people to know who I am. So, hello, my name is Jessie Tarian. I'm an independent demonstrator with the company Stampin' Up. I'm located in sunny Las Vegas, and in my craft room, we do all things paper craft. This is our monthly card workshop live, so that just means that I broadcast from Facebook. I send everybody who signs up a free packet of paper consumable materials, and that way you have the pieces to make the cards with me. If you are joining me from YouTube and you enjoy this, you can get in on the fun by clicking the link, heading over to my Facebook page, following and doing all the things. I'm always doing stuff over there and doing giveaways and free card kits and things like that. So you don't want to miss it. Okay, I've done that. That was our housekeeping. I'm so excited. So I was looking at my map of the states I've collected. So for 5 years, I have been sending these free packets out to anybody who wanted them, as long as they gave this crazy person their address, their mailing address. I would send them a card kit and we could become besties, you know, make a card together. I came up with that idea during the lockdown in, I don't know if we're allowed to say it or not, COVID, because I felt like we needed that connection. And so that was my little piece of giving back, giving to the world, putting some light out and seeing what happened. And my goal was to send at least 1 card kit to every single state in the United States. And for 5 years, I've been collecting those states. I have a little map I put my push pins on. And it fell and some of the push pins came off. So I held it up to the light to see where they were. You know, I put them back and I realized at some point I had Louisiana because there's a hole punched out. So I went back through my address book because I used to enter them all in. Now I have them in my computer, but in the beginning I was handwriting them in an address book. I have Louisiana, guys. I need 1 state to make my bucket list goal. 1 state. So West Virginia. There's got to be someone out there that likes to make cards, or you might know someone from West Virginia. Refer them to the page, please. I would love to send you free material. It's not going to cost you anything, and if you don't care for it, nothing lost, right? But it would help me out so much, and I could have a big party and say that I did it, all 50 states. So it's just me, you know, a girl in her craft room with a dream, and you guys are helping that come true. So let's see what we can do. Put it out in the universe and see what happens. Hi, Joan. How you doing? Hi, Mom. Hi, Terry. Let's see. No, you're right on time, Lori Jean. Right on time. And hello. Hi, Ruth. How you doing? Okay. So that was the only real thing I had to tell you. If you fall in love with the stamp and die set that I'm using today, the Notes and Totes, the stamps are available. The dies will be in next week, okay? So no worries. If you go, Jessie, why would you show me something I can't get? No problem. No problem, friends. Okay. Hi, Pam. How you doing? All right. So, I think I'm just going to flip down. What time is it? I've given it a little over 5 minutes. We have enough on. As people are coming in, tell them hello for me, and let's get started. Okay, close your eyes if you get seasick. Here we go. And you can open them. Okay, so in your card kits, you're going to have all the goodies. A few things with this. If you don't have this stamp set, no big deal. But you're going to need some sort of sentiment that you think goes with these, you know. It could even just be like just a note, hi, happy summer, whatever you got. I am going to be using the little sun, the flowers, and the little dots for the sand on this card. But you could skip the dots, and you might have some sort of small stamps that would work for this. That's why I'm pointing it out. So that's why I wasn't too fussed if you didn't have this stamp set, even though I'm going to use it. If you just put a few sentiments on it, it's going to look phenomenal. But we're going to step it up a little bit because that's what we do, right? So the first card we're going to be making is the tote card. So I will show you the pieces you need for that. But if you just take this stuff out of your packet and put it to the side, you can kind of sift through it pretty easily, I feel. So my example card is in Darling Duckling, but I have Strawberry Slush. You may also have Timid Tiger or Secret Sea or Cloud Cover. So it just depends on what was in your packet. We're doing kind of like a monochromatic thing. So I got the DSP to match, the cardstock to match, okay? You're going to need your card base, your tote piece. There's a lot of pieces in this packet, and some of them may stick in your envelope, so you may have to go look a couple times in there. We have a banner. You have 2 pieces of DSP. You have a long strip of craft paper, and then you have some gems and these little fiddly bits. So we have 2 pieces to make the sunglasses, a little scarf, and then 2 stick pieces, a handle, and the bottom of your tote. So there should be 4 white pieces to make your tote. So I think the first thing we're going to do is we're going to stamp out. Oh, and one thing which I just realized I did not grab, but no problem. I have my envelope here. The inside white card insert. You will need that as well. I mean, I guess if you had a light color, you wouldn't need it, but I just think it really makes the card, you know? So I'm going to take the tote piece, the scarf. I don't know why that was so hard. I'm going to take this piece of the sunglasses and our little banner. We're going to be stamping all this stuff first, so let's just go ahead and get that out of the way. Now on my strawberry slush pieces, I am going to be doing like a little monochromatic tone on tone stamping. If you don't have the color ink for yours, you can skip this step, or you can just use a different color. It would look pretty with a different, you know, like on the yellow would look cute with strawberry slush, or, you know, red or blue, whatever you got. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take these little flowers, I'm going to dip into the ink, and I'm just going to kind of pop them on there. Now that didn't get quite enough on there, but I'm not too fussed. Can I live with it is the question. Yeah, I think it looks okay. So I'm going to put that to the side. Now I'm going to take my little tote and I'm just going to put some on there. You could fill the whole thing up. You could just tip it. It's whatever you want to do. It's your bag. And I didn't even do it on this one. So it's not a necessary step, but the devil really is in the details, I feel. Okay, now let me tell you my little story. As you can imagine, this was a lot of pieces to cut out. And I had Jamie come and she helped me cut them all out. We did it in one session. We just jammed and got them all done. But I didn't go back and cut the black hearts out to make it look like sunglasses. And I didn't think about it until after I had done everything, but I could have taken the back pieces and flipped the colors around, but I didn't think about that. So what I did was, I took a black Sharpie and I went around and I just colored in the hearts on the back piece. Now, if you don't want to do this step, you can absolutely skip it. If you have the set, you can cut the hearts out. I just took a shortcut and colored them in. I couldn't believe it. I was like, really? I have to go back another time and do all these, and then I'd have all these black pieces that I didn't need, and it was too much, guys. Just too much. I was on a schedule. I had to get to staycation. I wanted to get these in the mail before I went. You know what I mean? So I'm going to let that dry for a minute. I was about to say cool down. I don't know why it would be hot, but maybe it could be. Now, I gave you a long banner because I didn't know what sentiment you'd be putting on there or how you would want to position it on your card. So I gave you a little extra room that you can trim down. Okie dokie. Okay, what did I put? News flash. Got it. Now again, you could do this in any color you would like. I just really wanted it to pop, and it went with my colored sunglasses, so why not? I rocked a little, but we're okay. There we go. All right, so now we have everything. Oh, we gotta do one more thing. We gotta do our inside. Here we go. Now make sure you stamp with your picture position or landscape. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. This card is oriented landscape. That's the way you want to position it. What did I put inside this one? Just a note. Okay. So I'm going to take the just a note and stick that on my inside. There you go. Super cute. Okay. So now I'm going to get my pieces, and I think the next thing we're going to do is we're going to build that tote bag. So we'll go from the floor up, and I just saw something else I forgot to stamp, but it's no big deal. We can go back and do that later. So we have our little tote bag, and you can see that the bag, when you cut it out, is scored for you. So this bottom piece is going to come up. Just grab your little bone folder and give it a good crease down. I'm going to trim this piece off because I'm not making it a three-dimensional pop-up bag. I'm just going to have it kind of be a pocket. So I don't need that tag. We'll just get that bulk out of the way. Now, you're going to fold in. You don't have to really crease the first fold. You could do that one with your finger. And then the second fold on the side flaps, crease in or under. So when we glue this to our card front, it's going to be like that. So it's going to give it a little bit of dimension, and also you've created a pocket where you could put like a little note, a gift card, something fun in there. A coupon, who knows? Who knows what you're going to put in there? So now we have our side pieces. Hi, Deborah. How you doing? I'm glad you made it, my friend. If anyone has any questions or anything, every once in a while I glance over, so just throw them in there. Okay, just a little bit of glue. And I'm actually going to double that by rubbing it off a little bit. You're going to take those white pieces, and with the first crease, just follow it and stick it down. Okay, like that. Now we're going to take the bottom part of our bag. See, this looks really complicated when you look at the card, but it is so easy with those dies. Makes me almost look like I know what I'm doing, guys. Some days I do, and other days I don't know what's going on. I don't know. That's just the way it is. Okay. So there we go. And now the last thing we're going to do is we're just going to put the handle on there. And this also has pieces. You could put a little pocket on your bag. And they have other little things you could do too. Also, you can make it three-dimensional where it sticks up like a little treat box. You would have to cut 2 of everything for that. Okay, so we've got this. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stick down my little scarf. I used to have a purse with a skull scarf like that. Super cute. Okay, now we're going to work on these sunglasses. Now for that, you're going to want to take the frames and a little tiny bit of glue. Almost like whatever you have left on your tip. You do not need that much at all. And now you're just going to kind of line it up. And voila, super cute. You know what, guys? Use your silicone mat to do this so that you don't get glue all over your workspace. Be better than me, people. Okay, so now I'm going to act like these are just kind of hanging off the bag. Sticking them down. If you had a little pocket, you can put it on the pocket. Okay, now we can assemble. Let that dry for a minute, and we can assemble the rest of our card. Well, while I'm thinking about it, I'm going to put some dots. If you have a crumb cake marker, you could just put some dots on this, or brown, any kind of brown, even a little bit of black, but be sparing with it if you do the black, because you might not like it. Okie dokie. So for our next free card making live in August, I am not going to be sending anything. We will be doing a class, but we are getting into our craft bins, our craft stash of scrap papers, so our scrap bins. Okay, I call it my Bertha bin. She is a girthy girl, and she is stuffed to the brim with beautiful paper that's getting creased and crinkled, and that is not okay, because once that happens, it's done. You know what I mean? It's just done. So I've decided that we are going to use our scrap paper and all those little strips, you know, the little edges that we trim off to make our measurements and stuff, we're going to be using all that. So I'm getting the class together now, and I'm getting the pieces and things you'll need to collect around your house. And then we're just going to do it, guys. I'm excited. So, I don't know what I'm doing. I have to focus right now. Hold on. Okay. On our card front, you can't let me start chatting because then I forget what the heck I'm doing. Okay. Just do that real quick. If you haven't, fold your card base and just give it a little crease down. So I put the bottom sand on there. Now look at your DSP and decide which pattern you like. I like that stripy pattern, so that's what I'm going to put out. But you could certainly put the other side. It doesn't matter. It's whatever you like. It's your card, bestie. You know what I'm saying? So there we go. Now we have the base of our card. Go ahead and put your strip that I sent you onto the inside panel card, panel piece. Like so. And I'm just going to go ahead and stick that in. We are almost done with this beautiful card. So what do you guys think so far? Are you loving it? Do you just want to go to the pool or beach now? I miss swimming. Here we go. All right, so now I have my bag. I'm going to flip it over so you can see. These little tabs are where you're going to put some glue, okay? So a little bit of glue just on the tabs, and you don't need a lot. It'll hold. All right, like that. Now, position your bag where you like it. And I'm just going to hold it for a second. I'm not going to be impatient. We're not going to talk about yesterday and what happened. Nobody mention it. If you haven't seen, you can go watch it, but we're not going to talk about it. I don't even like pinwheels anymore. No, I'm just kidding. It wasn't that bad. I got glue everywhere because that's what I do. Hot Mess Express, guys. All right, so I'm just recreating what I did, and I'm just gonna give that a little trim. You could play with it. You may want it somewhere else, you know, that's up to you. You do you. But I'm just gonna give it a little snip, and I'm gonna put it here. Now, if you have dimensionals, you can pop this up. If not, just glue it straight down. It's preference, you know. If you like it popped up, pop it up for sure. If you don't, fine. You might not want it popped up because of mailing. I understand. Okay. So what's everybody got going on? Are you thinking about decorating for Halloween? Because that's where my brain is, guys. Every July. Why, you may ask? Because they start putting Halloween content online in July because the stores want to sell their stuff and whatever. And then I get the bug, okay? I get the bug. I cannot help it. And here we are. Just here we are. All right, so now you're going to take your gems. Where do I want this one? It's a tough decision. I think I want it there. Yep. James won't let me do it until next month. Actually, he doesn't want me to do it until the end of September, but I told him he forgot who he married, and this was non-negotiable. I have to do it in August. It's so much to get out and put up, and I go the extra mile. Like, I get my Cricut out and I cut repositionable vinyl, and I put faces on all my teapots and all my stuff. It's a lot, guys. I vinyl my Cricut. I need time. That's what I'm saying. I need time. I'm too young. I can't just, you know, I gotta do it right. This is what I'm saying. Okay, there we go. What do you think? And when you get done, when the class is done, please, please, please post your finished products, especially if you do something a little different than what I've shown today. And let me tell you a story. So a couple weeks back, Kathleen and Lori Jean, our sisters, they got together and they saved some of their card making lives, and they were going to do them when they were together. But they were wondering if I had pictures of the finished cards because I forgot to post them. Well, I went on to the event page and I pulled up everybody's cards that they shared, and I was able to send those pictures so they could just get some inspiration and see what the finished project was going to look like. So it helps, not only that I enjoy seeing it, but everybody else does too. Okay, and you do all this hard work. You deserve kudos. Sorry, I'm just going to get a little drink real quick. I hope you couldn't hear me swallowing, but I was getting a little bit dry. Okay. I love the way this card came out. I cased both these cards, by the way. This one is a little bit different one the girl did, but I had to adjust things to make them easier for everybody. But I think it came out so pretty. So pretty. So we have some more little techniques and things like that. And I kept telling Jamie when we were cutting these out that I go, isn't it cute, the cup? And she goes, what cup? And I said, the cup, Jamie, the cup. And she's like, Jessie, that's suntan lotion. That's not a cup. I was like, no, that's the lotion. That's a cup. And she's like, no, that's lotion too. Look, you can open it. I don't know why. To me, it looked like a cup. In my imaginary world, it was a cup. Okay, so these are the pieces you should have for this. I don't know why I'm being weird. We're going to get back on schedule here. We have our pool party card base. You have another piece of pool party that I've used the Soft Waves embossing folder. I've already done that for you. You have your card insert and a strip of paper. Sorry, phone call came in. A bunch of little squares. Okay, you should have 4 white and probably 4 blue, but I ended up only using 3 on my card, but I wanted to give you 4 just in case you changed the design. Okay, so I think I've explained myself pretty well. We can move on. I'm going to bring this back out, and we're just going to be doing the same thing. I'm going to put some flowers on our lotion. And then we're going to put a cute little sun on our little lotion, apparently. I don't know why. It just looked like one of those, you know, coffee cups that you... Look, don't judge me. We all know I'm weird. We all know. Nobody likes to talk about it, but we know. So I have a little sun. I'm going to put that on there. See how we're doing? Same colors, just tone on tone, super cute. One thing I did, I went ahead and I grabbed one of our Stampin' Write markers. And I'm just going to color in that cap. Now, if you had this set, you could cut it in a different color and then layer, you know, cut and layer the pieces. But this worked for me, you know. Sometimes just a little simple ink on paper is all you need. Okay. So we've got those pieces done. And now you're going to notice on my card, there is this little hibiscus. This is a stamp in the set. And if you don't have this, you can just leave that off. But I thought it was so cute and I wanted to do it. So I'm just going to get a piece of scrap paper, which I had, and of course I've moved because I'm me. No problem. I have more paper. Let me do this, get some of that wet ink up too. Okay, this is what I did. First, I take the lightest color, which is what I'm going to do my flower in, and I give it a good ink up. Then I'm going to take my Stampin' Write marker and I'm going to color in the leaf of each, you know, just the ones that we want green. Okay, and then I'm going to take the orange and I'm just going to do the middle of the flower. I think it's called a piston. Don't hold me to that. I'm a crafter, not a farmer. We all know this. Not a florist either. Okay, so now we have all our colors on our stamp. Now what I want you to do is huff onto the stamp. So use the moisture and heat of your mouth. Try not to bite it. And we're going to stamp it down. And there we go. Multicolored stamped. And now I'm just going to fussy cut it out. This is the part of the show where we would normally put elevator music. So hum softly to yourself. All right, here we go. Trying to be fast. It doesn't have to be perfect, you know. Just kind of go around best you can. Now, if you don't have this, what do you have? You might have another flower that works. You might have an embellishment that you want to put there. Or you could just use the gems. All right. So that is up to you, my friends. Okay, let me get this out of the way. I changed my mind. I saw a little spot right here. Does anyone else do this? Okay, that's why they call it fussy cutting, because you keep going back. It's very fussy work. Okay, so there we go. Now, we are going to work on our sentiment square. If you play with your pieces and you decide for another card design, maybe you don't want to stamp right on yours, you want it more uniform, that's fine. You could put the blue square there, you could make something and stick it there, and then have a banner down here. There's room for that. But what I did, because all my sentiments were kind of too big for my piece, was, hold on, I gotta clean my, I swear my husband has come in and he's moved stuff because I had it set up and he came in here and he used something and now I don't know where it is. My stamp cleaner. Don't ask. I love him to bits, but he drives me crazy. Does anyone else hear me? He comes in, he can't just leave stuff. He has to move it around. He has to touch my space. Okay, it's fine. I'll be fine. What we're gonna do, I'm just doing the relax word up top. Try to make it straight. Try not to rock. Okay, relax. Then we're going to do enjoy, kind of like a word wall. Now the sentiment is relax and enjoy, or an ampersand. I could not fit that in. My idea was to stamp it in another color, so you could try that. But if I did it, it would have been over my words. It just kind of looked weird. So I just did that. Relax, enjoy, right? That's what I did. Okay. Now let's get the rest of our pieces. Make sure there's not any ink that I don't want. All right. Let's fold and crease down. And I'm just going to glue right to the front of my card, the matte panel. We just want that texture, that beachy vibe, water, That's what we wanted. it straight. Okay, there we go. All right. Now, before you stick, play with your things. Oh, because I was like, of course I don't have one. I have one. I have them all. Oh, Lordy B. Here we go. And like I said, I sent you an extra one just in case. I wanted you to have options. All right, so I'm going to stick down my little squares first. And I used the perennial postage stamp die set to make my squares, or at least my fancy square there, my postage stamp one. But you could just cut squares. It would be 1.5 inches. And then the inside one was 1 inch. Come on, get on there. Why is it that it won't move, and then when I get it where I want it, it slides? Why? All right. So we're gonna do this. So what is the weather like where everybody is? I hear that there is some crazy heat going on in the south. My mother-in-law lives in, my husband's family lives in Oklahoma, and they are just melting. We're actually not so bad. It's sunny and beautiful and balmy. You know, it gets warm in the evening, but I don't know. Our 95-100 isn't like yours, you know. It's a dry heat. That's what I'm told. That's what I'm told, friends. What are you going to do? Apparently it makes a difference. Okay. All right. So we have our pieces, and I'm going to go ahead and place my squares down first. Now I'm not popping these up because we've got some dimension with that embossing, but you guys do you. And I'm going to set the first one, making it straight with the edge of the card and in the top kind of corner. Okay? Now you're going to do the same thing over here. If you want, you can have them a little bit more inward, but as long as you kind of have them straight and then the same distance apart on the ends here, it's all going to look visually uniform. It's going to look okay. So it doesn't have to be perfect. It just, you know, our brain has to think it is. That's what I'm telling you. At least that's what I tell myself. Oh my goodness. All right, and now our little relax, enjoy. Put that here. And that one I actually popped up on this card. So you might want to do that. I think I'm going to do that if I can get it off. Let's see. Ha-ha. Not today, glue monster. Not today. There we go. Yeah, I like it. I like it popped up. It's like you're emphasizing it, you know. little flower. Right there, cute. And why not? We have them out. Just start sticking your beach goodies or your spa goodies, whatever you want to call them. They are so cute. I love all this stuff. Now, your little shell, it's like a corkscrew. You can kind of fluff that up a little bit. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on the edge or the opening of the shell. Stick that down. And then I'm going to take my little starfish and I'm going to kind of just nestle that in. Okay, so we'll let the glue kind of set for a second. We'll work on the inside of our card. So I just gave you a scrap of that paper to put on there. And then, no, that's not what I wanted in this one. You earned it. So it kind of makes sense. Relax, enjoy, you earned it. Very cute. There we go. And I'm going to glue that in. Ooh, got ink there. Oh good, I didn't get it on my card. I'm going to stick this in. So oh man, I didn't have it anywhere. And then what did I do? I had it on my hand, got it in the card anyway. It's okay. Nobody's gonna notice. It'll be fine. I noticed though. All right, let me get my pick. I'm just gonna put a couple of these holographic resin dots around. Super cute. All right, what do we think? Are we obsessed with this set? I know I am. It's so pretty. It was hard for me because I don't like to use things that I'm going to use on the live, and I've been wanting to play with this set for a bit. So I was like, oh, why did I pick that one? But it all worked out. There we go. All right, guys. Can you believe it? 2 cards done. No major calamities. A little bit of inking. That's okay. Who is she right now? I don't even know myself. So my question for you is, which one is your favorite? The tote bag or the spa card? Sound off in the comments and let me know. Or can you just not decide because they're both fabulous? I don't know. I like them both for different reasons. It's a hard choice. I'm really gravitating towards this one because of the cool pool party and all that. But then I come over to the beach vibe and I'm like, oh no. And you could put a gift card in there. Oh, it's a hard one. It's a hard one. Hi, Liz. Welcome. Both are adorable. Tote bag for sure. Okay, Moo. Spa card. I gotcha. No way to choose one. I know. It's a hard one. It is a hard decision. I don't know. All right, I'm going to flip up. We'll chit chat for a minute. Hopefully I didn't make you seasick. I forgot to say, close your eyes. So, all right, guys, we did it. 2 cards done. I'm super excited. So our next one, like I said, I'm not going to send you anything, but I'm going to have everything laid out for you. You won't need anything really special or specific. You will just need cardstock and ink and some sentiments and probably, I would say, either a die or a punch. And it can be any shape. It can be a circle, it can be a square, it can be a squircle. I don't care. Whatever shape you like. But we're going to do 4 cards, 4 different cards with our scrap paper. So we're going to be doing a scrap bin buster is what I'm calling it. We're going to get some of that good paper and use it so it doesn't get thrown out because it gets all crumpled and Lord, it gives me anxiety. What are you going to do? I make so many cards and I cut everything and I do this, but you always have those little strips, you know? And I know some people just go, okay, don't be a hoarder, just get rid of it. It's good paper. I cannot just throw it out. So we're just going to do it. We're going to do it and it's going to be your common practice. This is what you're going to do from now on. Sorry. So what is everybody doing the rest of their weekend? This is what I need to know. I have to work on Blender Club. What else? I don't know. Mom's here, so you know we're going to be playing games and running some errands and doing some fun stuff. Because that's what we do. We have a whole program, people. We don't just sit there. I don't know. I'm just being weird now. All right, I'm going to go. I love you guys. I appreciate you. I hope you have a phenomenal rest of your month. And I will see you next week for more card making inspiration. Bye. Sorry.